She is a widow, has 6 children, and lives in a room with light blue walls, with her old mother and 3 of her children.
Alfonsina lives in the monastery. He'll become a priest. Carlos has at last got a job as a ship's cook. Nino is working as a laborer in Germany, and Carmelucha has gone to Lisbon to become a nun.
The 4 women, Almasunta, her mother, and 2 of her eldest daughters, sit working outside the front door to save electricity, with their feet in the drain. They sew rapidly with an even rhythm, listening drowsily to a radio which hangs from a nail on the door. Do you draw any Social Security?
No, miss.
Well, would you like to?
Of course we would.
They looked at one another and smiled timidly. In this district, there are hundreds of women doing your job, all without any public relief. They don't even know who their boss is, and they just slave away for a pittance.
That's very true.
Your factory is here at home, but no one calls you workers.
That's God's truth.
If you got together, you could become a political force.
We don't meddle with politics.
They spoke softly, their eyes glued to the thread, their agile fingers moving nimbly. Your wages are miserable.
God's truth.
Well, then why don't you get together and protest?
People who protest lose their jobs.
If you protest all by yourself, yes, you will. But if you are all together, that would be different.
We don't know the other women.
But they do exactly the same as you. They sew gloves like you.
Who knows them?
Here we all know each other, but we keep to ourselves. There's no trust.
Added the eldest daughter shyly. Do you know who your boss is?
No, miss.
If an animal is sucking your blood, the first thing you'd want to know is what sort of animal it is, wouldn't you?
Once, Mariucha drank some milk and she found a leech attached to her throat, didn't you, Mariu?
Mariucha lowered her head. She looked at us with her pitch-black anxious eyes. Out of shyness, she faltered and made 4 wrong stitches. Her mother pointed it out in a complaining but affectionate voice. The girl stopped, completely confused.
We had to take her to hospital to get that leech out of her. It was so strongly attached to her throat that not even my strong hands could pull it off.
And that thing was hiding in the milk bottle.
The doctor said it wasn't possible, that leeches don't live in milk, but everyone knows that you can find all sorts of things in milk.
Once they even found a rat in the milk.
God's truth, that is, you find pins, cockroaches, nails, playing cards, anything, you name it, there it is, in the milk.
Where's your husband?
He's dead, thank God.
Why, thank God?
He didn't work. He was as treacherous as a snake, and he beat us all up.
Was he unemployed?
When I married him, he was a fruit vendor. Then they took his license away from him, so he carried on selling undercover. But every month they'd catch him and throw him inside. When he was inside, he behaved well enough, but then he came out and he was worse than a jackal. He'd break our necks with one blow.
How did he die?
He got stabbed in the stomach. Poor angel, they say it was revenge. You see, he had a girlfriend, a prostitute. And towards the end, he had lots of money, but he wouldn't even let us smell a whiff of it. And then they killed him, bless you, Cinchinato. But you, miss, what party do you work for?
No party at all. We're a movement. We work for the poor.
Like friars, then?
Yes, a little bit like that.
Is it a new religion?
It's not a religion. It's political.
I like that priest so much. What's his name? Father Smiley. He speaks on the radio every Wednesday night. Do you know it?
No, I don't.
He speaks so well with his heart full of love.
Yes, sure, but what good does that do you?
He speaks to us.
And what does he do for you by speaking?
He makes us feel content, happy.
As far as we're concerned, this contentment is bad because if you feel content, you let people trample all over you without saying a thing. And that won't get you anywhere. Contentment, obedience, resignation, that's all wrong.
Do you believe in heaven?
No, we don't.
And in hell?
You're already in hell.
Here, in our own home.
When someone works 12 hours a day to earn 30,000 lira a month, then she's in hell, no doubt about that.
Where are the devils?
Your bosses are the devils. They're eating you up alive.
I think it's all hot air you're talking.
To get out of hell, you need to smash open the iron door, which you can never do by yourself, only by the concerted effort of lots of people. Do you know how much your boss earns on each glove you make?
I don't even know how many teeth there are in my mouth, miss.
10 lira per glove. That's what you get, which makes 20 lira a pair, and he sells them at 2,000. Take out the cost of the leather, which is 400 a pair. That's 1,600 lira profit on each pair of gloves. Take out the cost of the thread, which is 20 lira a pair, and that's 1,580. Take out the cost of the transport, which is 10 lira a pair, and that makes it 1,570, which, multiplied by the number of gloves per day, that is 80, makes 25,600 lira, which, multiplied by 26 working days, gives you 3,265,600 lira a month. Multiply this by all the number of all the women who work in the district, and you'll understand how much he's robbing you of.
The rich are rich, the poor are poor, and everyone looks after themselves.
At these words, the four of them all nodded solemnly, and there was no way of carrying on the discussion.